It is splash day today. We're finally going back in the water with our limonada. The last 2 weeks have been crazy. We have been working every day in and out from sunrise till sunset.
Didn't have time to make a video after 1 week. So this is going to be 2 weeks in one video. Enjoy! 4 years ago I crewed on other people's boats across the Pacific Ocean and learned the basics of sailing. After I had to stop building my cabin in Spain last year, I decided to return back to the ocean.
Since recently we have our own small boat in Guatemala, it turned out to be a bit more of a lemon than expected, and we are now transforming the boat into lemonade.
Or limonada.
And step by step we are getting closer to sail the Caribbean and eventually the rest of the world together.
This is my control panel. I think we all know that it looks really shitty. Gonna make a new one over there. There are some wiring there that I don't use anymore, clutter, so I'll take them out. One of them is, the previous owner installed this. There's nothing really wrong with this. It's 14 AWG, but the problem is it goes through the engine room. And this 14 AWG wire is rated for 60 degrees. So if you buy the actual marine wire, it's rated a lot higher. Put heat shrings around every single wire. Around every end of the wire I'm putting these heat shrings so that once I connect the main plus, that all these ends, that one of them doesn't create a shortcut. Every wire is heat shrink now, and now I'm going to put it there. Now this was the easy part. Now I need to start installing wires. So this is the button where you put the batteries on and off, and one wire goes from the battery to basically the panel where all the electricity is connected. But if you see, this wire is just as thick as all the other ones, and this basically carries everything that goes everywhere. So it should be more like this size wire, which is way thicker. So now I'm going to put a decent size wire from this one to that panel, and then when all is done I'll actually replace this old switch with a new one. So this is how the previous owner wired all the minuses together. I put in a block, wired them together with a heat shrink, and all the wires are connected with heat shrink going towards the new panel, and everything I connected works. Still have to clean the panel. One other thing I forgot to say is all the wires you see that go above the engine are marine grade 12 AWG 105 degrees. Morning. A few days ago we went to Guatemala City for Dirk's visa renewal and also to find some things that we couldn't find here in the Rio, and we slept in hotels that were also hostels, and you know, and in those kind of places they're just often cockroaches, and you know that if you sleep in hostels or if you have slept in hostels, you know that there are many hostels where they are around, people leave food around, there are many people, I mean not in this time, not in the COVID period, but normally there are. Anyways, it's now 3 days later, and last night a massive cockroach crawled over Dirkje while she was sleeping. So we thought we might have taken one from that hostel. It might have hidden in our backpack or something. So we're kind of hoping it was only one. And last night I woke up because a massive one crawled over me, and 2 is not a good sign. And I checked everything. We have the food in plastic Tupperware. Like we don't have carton on the on the boat.
Yeah.
We have?
Yeah, that's around the cans. We have to pick it up.
Around the cans, I guess. Even there?
Yeah. That's what everybody does.
Okay, I didn't know that. Well, that's a good lesson. So
We have all these boxes.
since we have the boat 5 months ago, there were already ants on the boat. So we had an ant infestation, we had 2 rats on the boat, and now cockroaches. I hope it's not more than 2, but I doubt it. We're gonna get traps today. Huh. So yesterday actually Dirkje put the cockroach in a plastic bag and I tossed it outside. And it's actually still in here this morning. Look at how big that thing is. You don't want that crawling over you at night. Let's release it outside of the boat. This nice panel that one of the previous owners made with nice house switches that rust really well on a boat has, I think, also been on fire one day. It's a little bit burned here. See how rusted everything is, but also inside those switches. I don't think house switches are meant to be on a boat. I still had this piece of solid fiberglass on the boat. I'm not sure where it was used for, but it fits perfectly. Look at that. Well, I am working here installing the last part of the electronics. Dirkje has done it smarter. She has made a swimming pool out of the dinghy.
You coming?
Yeah, just finishing this electronics and I'll come.
So we are selling our dinghy. It doesn't fit on our boat, it's too big because we can roll it up. So now we found an inflatable one, which we can actually roll up, put it on a boat and take it with us. And it has a faster engine. So now we can go a whole lot faster than we did before.
We bought a new dinghy. Well, it isn't new. It's a soft, so I can deflate it on deck. It's got a 9.8 Tohatsu 2-stroke engine. It goes fast. Someone here is really happy with that. And we sold our dinghy for about the same price as we bought this. walked by the boat and noticed that there is antifreeze coming out of my raw water intake. That is not good.
And we were losing it and we didn't know where it went.
Yeah, so I filled it up twice since being on the hard and I didn't get it. I thought it was a loose hose connection, but this is actually worse. This means that my heat exchanger is, you know, raw water is being pumped to a heat exchanger, and in that heat exchanger separately is also antifreeze, and the raw water is cooling the antifreeze, and the antifreeze goes through the engine to cool the engine, and apparently something is broken inside, so I have to replace it. I cleaned it before, I didn't take it out because it was so difficult to take out. Now I have to take it out. If you wonder what the noise is, my neighbor is spraying sand on it to clean the hull. 6 days left, then we're going back in the water, then my month is finished. I just finished taking out the heat exchanger from there. Here it is. Let's open it up to see if I can see what's wrong. Now I can open it up here, but I cannot open it up here. So there's nothing you can actually take out to see what's broken. I filled it up with water, and it's supposed to go in here and come out where my finger is, but it's not supposed to come out of one of these ones on the far your right. So now when I blow here, that came full in my face.
I'm not kissing you like that.
She says I'm not kissing you like that. This is not oil. Yeah. This is antifreeze. That tastes a lot better than oil. Really? Yeah, so this is not antifreeze actually. The antifreeze out is water. Maybe mix with a little antifreeze. That's okay, I'll live. Anyway, it's not supposed to come out of the bottom, so cannot fix it, so need to find a replacement. I'm definitely sure I cannot find a new replacement here, so I'm gonna see if I can get a used one. I am back at the shop of Carlos the welder. This is a Westerbeek engine. It is not exactly the same, it's one size bigger than I have, but I'm gonna see if this one is okay and if it might fit mine. Carlos the welder had one, but it was an engine that still ran. It was a little bit bigger, the heat exchanger, but I think I can make it fit. But he didn't want to sell the parts separately, so it's not helpful. This is the other store that might have it, I thought. They have a lot of used ones, but also they either were broken or not the right size. So you either have to try to fix mine or somehow order one. I then found a shop who could repair it, and it seemed like the best option for now. He needed to reach to both sides of this tube, so he opened it up here and opened it up here and later welded back together. There are a bunch of these tubes inside where the cold water goes through, and that actually cools the antifreeze. And two of them were leaking, he closed them. There's not like a 10-year solution, more like a 1-year solution, but getting a new part like this, you actually have to get it from the States when you want to have it for a reasonable price. So I'm gonna use it for now, and then when I get to a country where this is easier available, I'm gonna get it over there. What are you making?
I'm making smoothie bowl. We have a lot of noise in the background, so I hope you can hear it. But I cut some fruits and veggies. And I'm now gonna take the bag, which I recently made with frozen vegetables and fruits, out of the fridge, so that I can make a thick, icy smoothie bowl with, and top it off with some other fruit.
And how are you sleeping since after 2 days of cockroaches?
Well, I wake up like 5 times a night thinking a cockroach crawling over me. Even the thought of it creeps me out. I have soya milk, my bag with frozen stuff. So you want to do this fast and it stays really frozen. That's the lekkerste about it.
That's the nicest because then it's nice and cold.
And I have some hemp seeds.
Some what?
Hemp seeds. Has like healthy fats and protein. Look, it's nice, thick.
What's that?
Granola. Vegan.
Did you just wipe your fingers on your dirty shirt? What did you do for work?
I worked in a restaurant. I made in the kitchen and I made breakfast and lunch.
With a lot of love and a little bit of boat sweat, this is the result.
Watch out!
Oh.
Buon appetito, mi amor.
I have been installing the AIS. Everything's still a bit dirty here. AIS over there, and I thought that this was the only antenna I need, but apparently it also needs to be connected. This is the GPS antenna. Apparently also it needs to be connected to the VHF antenna, but then you either need a $200 splitter or a new antenna with another wire.
Whoa, he's so high. Watch out, eh?
I am drilling holes here for a mount for the AIS GPS and AIS VHF antenna.
Whoa, look at those biceps. My goodness.
It's heavy on your arms. I need a drill with a battery. That's easier. The antennas are on. Starts to look like a real cruising boat. We are at the marina office of where we are on the Heart with the boat. That's what you hear is our laundry going. There we're editing video, and we did our first Zoom live with patrons, and our first together at least, and that was really cool actually. And I want to thank everybody who came out for the meeting, and yeah,
I really liked it. It's just really nice to see the real faces behind the people who support you on Patreon, and to talk with them, get to know them a little bit. So I really like that. We chatted for like almost 1.5 hours.
When I bought the boat,
yeah,
it used to have a countertop like this,
okay,
all the way to that wall, with doors here.
yeah.
It was a small room, only this is
Only this couch?
crazy.
Okay.
So I brought a carpenter, and we redid this, and I have this built. And I put all that wood, this wood here too, I replaced it.
Okay.
And all that wood,
And
this thing, all this I rebuilt.
and this was like that,
Yes, that was like that.
and this little bit of sagging was also
It
like
was
that.
already like that.
Okay.
It was already like that when
Okay.
I bought it. This
So-
was my design because I copied it from another arbor.
But the question I had is like, originally this is like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I used the same. Those were the original ones.
Right.
This were the,
Right.
I reused them, so I just had this guy make this.
So why? What was wrong with the wood?
It was all rotten.
rotten.
Yes,
Okay.
everything was rotten. Even here was just a flat piece of plywood,
Okay.
the same color, and it was rotten.
Really?
Yeah, that wall there was rotten too, so I replaced all this.
You replaced this wall.
Yes.
Can you replace it without supporting the bulkhead?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
it doesn't go anywhere when you remove them. So one thing, when I sold it to Bill, I never knew if it changed that you have to make sure. You know the elbow for the exhaust? Have you checked that?
No.
Check it, because when I sold it to him, I told him it looked really, really bad when I sold it to him. It was rusty.
So the previous owner recommended me to check the elbow. It's pretty rusty. And one more project. Take it off and check it. This is f***ing Mission Impossible!
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah, let's take this out of the boat.
It's gross.
The next project of today it's Sunday, so I cannot continue with fixing the exhaust, is I already took this off before to clean it, but it's leaking. I must have not used the right sealant, but also some cracks that already were in there. So we decided to take it out now and to replace it, because otherwise if the boat is heating over and the tank is full, then we'll lose water into the bilge. It's not good. The plexiglass plate is finished. I'm just filling the tank right now. Until now, it doesn't seem like I have a cockroach infestation. Apparently when you have a big one on board once or twice, when you're on the hard, like we are, it's not a massive problem, but when you see the small ones, then it's a problem. Anyway, I'm gonna spray, we have traps in the boat. I'm gonna spray this on the stairs so that I'm sure that none of them will actually walk up anymore.
Going to paint the inside of the boat today, since I think over there it's so ugly because of the oil and stuff, and I don't know, it's old, so I'm gonna paint it. I already taped it off, sanded it, and I acetoned it, so now I can start painting. Finally, I hope I will finish it today.
We have 1.5 days left, and Dirk is in the dark painting.
I thought I'd just do this in a couple of hours.
The boss is choosing different letter types, picking different letter types. We got 1 day left before we go in the water, so we have to put a sticker on in the dust. It's the way it is. It is boat cleaning time. Boat cleaning and exhaust whenever that one is done. I am picking up the exhaust now here. They're ready with it in 10 minutes. Tomorrow we should go back in the water, so I hope it fits. It's the welding shop. Here is my old exhaust, and I'll show you the new one soon. So there is the new one, and it's very lightweight. I paid $150. I think it's very reasonable to have this made. Must have been quite a lot of work. A little bit worried if this bend is not sticking too far out, but I'm gonna try it out now. I think they did a pretty good job. It sadly did not fit, so I shortened this up a little bit and I've taped it together in the exact shape. There's only an inch difference, but that inch is important. I'm back at the welding shop. I actually just had my second vaccination. Still today trying to get into the water with the boat, so it's 9:30 in the morning. Hope we can get this fixed soon and then it should fit. And then I'm ready to go in the water. No, it doesn't fit. This has to go an inch back. Oh, let's go back. Normally you would take your exact exhaust and have it remade, and that should be really simple. The thing is, my previous exhaust existed out of, let me show you. Like, this is my old exhaust, and it's actually partly flexible. Like, look at this, it rotates, and obviously that's very dangerous because gases can come out, but because it rotates, that exact, you don't know what the exact curve was, and that's why it's really hard to copy it. But the guys are doing a great job helping me. I hope I still can get in the water today. And it is in. Putting in this pipe has cost me a bit of anger. Oh my gosh, oh, I couldn't get the bottom bolt in. It's done. 1:40 p.m. I'm gonna wash my hands, pay up, and see if we can still get in the water. I must not forget to put antifreeze in now, because that would not be good. Let's pay up. So there's a hose connected to the exhaust, because in the exhaust water and fumes are mixed and they go out of the boat. And the end of the hose was this, and when I pulled it,
What? Whoa.
so this would have been pretty catastrophic.
Oh my god.
I'm really happy actually that I noticed this right now. Wow. Okay. Dirkje, the dinghy doctor, has glued all the loose parts, and oh, what is that? You made some upgrades to it.
Yeah.
What upgrades have you made?
Some ties. I cut off the old dinghy so we can hold on to it.
Can you show the ties? Oh, these ones, huh?
Yep, but it's still drying, so I can.
It's because we have a faster engine now.
I inflated and deflated this dinghy for 3 times today. And I did yoga.
In a couple of hours we are going into the water. We'll see you next video.